What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dylan Villain, and we're coming back at you once again with some more Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. It is Thursday, week 1 of November 1997. It is September 3rd is when I'm recording this. I have no clue when I'm going to get around to editing this and uploading it and everything like that. I have been balls deep in Baldur's Gate 3, playing that non-stop, religiously, and I realized that I have a YouTube channel that I need to put content out for. So I have to record some Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. I have to put Baldur's Gate 3 down and record some TEW and play my first love and book and do what I love to do more than anything. So we are going to jump into it on Thursday Night SmackDown, I'm sorry. Perry Saturn and John Cronus, the team of the Eliminators, defeat the Headbangers when Perry Saturn pinned Mosh after a total elimination. The match got a 54. Perry Saturn with a 55. John Cronus with a 49. Thresher with a 44. And Mosh with a 42. John Cronus and Perry Saturn have great chemistry teaming together. They also have the tag team specialist bonus along with Mosh and Thresher. And announcing in color commentary gave the match a boost. We are going to move on to the next segment of the night. In our pre-show main event, that got a 76. That could have been on the main card. X-Pac takes on Jerry Lynn. X-Pac with a 73 and Jerry Lynn with a 64. We went ahead and changed X-Pac's name to X-Pac because he's known as X-Pac. You know, he's more famously known as X-Pac than what I was calling him in the save, which was Kid. You know. So I just went ahead and changed it to X-Pac. He picks up a win against Jerry Lynn here tonight in the pre-show main event. We are going to move on to our main show, our opening segment. We open up tonight in our show rundown as we hype up tonight's big main event of Stone Cold Steve Austin taking on The Rock for the Intercontinental Championship. The Rock wants another shot at the Intercontinental Championship, and Vince McMahon is more than happy to give him that title match, as Vince McMahon does not want somebody like Stone Cold Steve Austin as the Intercontinental Champion. And he is more than happy to grant The Rock that rematch. The Rock said he wants his rematch on his show on SmackDown. And Vince McMahon granted him that match. That is our big main event. Our co-main event of the night. We'll see a triple threat match as The Big Show takes on Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle to determine the new #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. All three men are young. All three men are looking to win championship gold here in the World Wrestling Federation. Kurt Angle returned from a big injury, and he just cannot seem to pick up the win in momentum in his favor. He lost to Rey Mysterio multiple times, and he has lost to The Big Show. He just can't seem to get his footing here in the World Wrestling Federation. Maybe here tonight his luck will turn around and he can become the new #1 contender for the Intercontinental Champion. But he's going to have to get through The Big Show, the 7-foot tall, 500-pound Big Show, a man who has been on a roll here lately, unstoppable. pretty much destroying anybody who gets in his path. And we have the ultimate underdog, Rey Mysterio Jr., who is looking to work his way up the card and become a big main eventer in the World Wrestling Federation. Can Rey Mysterio break through that glass ceiling and capture that brass ring, becoming the new Intercontinental #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship? Or will it be Big Show or Kurt Angle? We will find out here tonight. Also tonight, we are going to see the one and only Dude Love take on Vader here tonight. And we will also see our hardcore champion, who has beaten Raven at the pay-per-view, to become the new WWF Hardcore Champion and ECW Champion, Taz, defend the Hardcore Championship here tonight. But before we do all that, we have a tag team matchup featuring the Hardy Boys and the Hollies. Let's go ahead and go to that segment. And the Hardy Boys defeat Crash Holly, as Jeff Hardy pinned Crash Holly after an Omega event. Matt Hardy with a 77, Jeff with an 81, not bad Jeff at all. Crash with a 59, not bad Crash, and Bob Holly with a 63. Awesome stuff. This advances the tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my, storyline. There is times when there is a lack of psychology on display, and the match had a tendency to drift a little bit. Matt and Jeff showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Matt and Jeff have good tag team chemistry. The tag team specialist bonus, not color commentary, gave them the match a boost, and Matt Hardy benefited from having a hot new move. The Hardy Boys pick up the win here tonight. As we know, the Hardys are a part of Raven's flock, but it seems that they're kind of breaking out on their own in the tag team division. Most of the time they do Raven's bidding, but it seems like they're going out on their own. It looks like you know, after that loss against Taz, Raven kind of isn't himself all the way. And speaking of Raven, Taz's music hits and he hits the ring. He grabs the microphone, and oddly enough, he is wearing the ECW World Heavyweight Championship, and he is carrying the Hardcore Championship. Let's see what Taz has to say. An 88, not bad, Taz. Taz comes out to the ring, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know who I am, in case you haven't heard who I am, I'm the man from the bingo halls. I'm the man that day in and day out break people in half. Some people call me a maniac. Some people call me a suplex machine. Other people just call me a bad mother." But I told each and every single one of y'all what I came here to do. I got sick and tired of listening to Raven put down a company that I helped build, that I put on my back and carried because he wanted to leave and go make more money somewhere else. And he wants to put down a company that he worked in, a company that the fans love him, even though he hates the fans more than anything, a company that the fans bought into every single word, and he's going to put down people like Terry Funk, R.I.P., rest in peace. Very sad news about Terry Funk. I'm sorry that I broke that, but very sad news about Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace, Terry Funk, and rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. We'll talk more about that later. Back to the promo. Somebody who disrespects Terry Funk, somebody who disrespects Mick Foley, somebody who disrespects every single man who paved the way for him to be a top star. Guys like Shane Douglas, guys like Sabu, guys like the Sandman, guys like Tommy Dreamer. And I'll be damned if he does that. He wants to say that he's extreme, that he's hardcore, that he's badass. Well, I choked his ass out and nobody's seen or heard from him since. And then you want me to come out here as an ECW talent, somebody who's not even supposed to be on this roster, and you want me to come out here and defend a championship that y'all say is more prestigious than this championship. And he tucks at the ECW World Heavyweight Championship, and he goes, this title right here don't mean shit to me. And he throws down the Hardcore Championship, and he goes, you want hardcore? You want extreme? He goes, I ain't defending this championship. Hell, I don't even want this championship. This championship's a joke. You got Vince McMahon in the back there stealing everything that we built to be more cool, to be more edgy, to be more, dare I say, extreme. I know you're back there on your headset, Vince, and I know you're blowing a gasket. But I'm going to say something that a lot of these boys in the back are afraid to say. You can take this belt and you can shove it up your ass. And the fans kind of go crazy, you know. And he goes, I'm not going to be your hardcore champion. No. You see this right here? This is the only championship of extreme, of hardcore, that matters. And that's the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I don't care who it is. I don't care what promotion you work in. I don't care if you work in Japan. I don't care if you work in Canada, Mexico. I don't care where you're from. You can bring your ass out here, and I'm going to choke your ass out. And all of a sudden, it's Brian Lee. ECW talent Brian Lee. He comes out. He is the #1 contender for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship down in ECW, and he comes out and he has a match with Taz that gets a 75, not bad. Brian Lee with a 56. He's not quite there, not quite where I want him to be, but in a decent match, Taz defeats Brian Lee by submission with a Taz mission. Taz makes defense #1 of the WWF Hardcore Championship. I will be changing that. Don't worry. It's not a typo. I will be changing that. Taz with a 75. That's about where I want him. Brian Lee with a 56. The Ravens headache storyline advances, and announcing the color commentary gave the match a boost. Match got a 75, not bad. And we're going to move on to the next segment, which is a hype promo. And we see, even though we see the new foundation, as they're calling themselves, of Owen Hart, Double J Jeff Jarrett, his manager Deborah, and Brian Pillman, it is actually Bret Hart who's standing there. It's a pre-taped promo, and he's in his family's house, and he's walking around, and he's telling the history of the Hart family, of his dad Stu, and how his dad Stu trained all these people, and how Stu opened up a promotion called Stampede. I think it's Stampede Championship Wrestling, if I'm not mistaken, or Stampede Wrestling, and talking about how if it wasn't for his dad Stu, guys like Brian Pillman, guys like Davey Boy, Dynamite Kid, Jim, and even his brother Owen would have never had a place to perfect their craft. If it wasn't for the Hart family dungeon, there wouldn't be anybody. You know, there wouldn't be Owens. There wouldn't be a Brian Pillman. There wouldn't even be Chris Jericho or Lance Storm, who's on the roster, and other talent and other promotions wouldn't know the craft of wrestling if it wasn't for the Hart family name. And for Owen to come out here and disrespect the Hart family name, say that he no longer wants to be a part of that family, it's not only a disgrace to the Hart family, but it's a disgrace to every single Canadian fan who cheers on Owen each and every single night. I understand that Owen has personal personal beef with me. But once he started dragging my family into it, my dad, my mom, it became more than that. It became way, way, way more than that. I understand that he's jealous. I understand I made a lot of promises that I didn't keep to Owen. But now, you're not attacking me, Owen. You're attacking my family. And you think, that you putting Jim out and you attacking Davey Boy each and every week, that you won, that you have the numbers game. I made a few phone calls, got a few friends, got a few people that I consider good friends, who are more than happy to put you in the place that you belong, Owen. I understand these fans boo me. I understand these fans may cheer me. But when it comes to you, you're not going to get love in Canada, and you're not going to get love in America. So I tell you what, you and your new foundation that you like to call yourselves, you three take on me, Davey, and a mystery partner of my choice at Survivor Series. And we'll have ourselves a traditional Survivor Series tag team matchup. I ain't expecting you to get back to me and answer me, but I expect to hear your answer real soon. And it cuts off and we go to commercial. And we come back to an interview of Dude Love, getting interviewed by Michael Cole. And Michael Cole is basically like, Dude Love, we're happy to have you back. Like I was saying last week, we are happy to have you back. You have been gaining momentum like crazy. What is in store for Dude Love? And Dude Love is like, oh, daddy, oh. Dude Love has came back to the World Wrestling Federation after his summer of love is getting chilly. And Dude Love is getting kind of Philly. And Dude Love is looking a place to lay his head during the cold, cold months, because the summer of love is over, daddy-o. And Dude Love is looking to get something around his waist to keep him warm, if you know what I'm saying. Michael Cole's like, are you saying that you're looking for championship gold? And Dude Love's just like, oh, you know that is 100% exactly what I'm saying. But Dude Love has to go through a mastodon. Dude Love has to go through the big, the bad Vader. And if you think Dude Love is scared, Dude Love has got his hands on bigger prizes, if you know what I'm saying. Dude Love knows his way and how to handle that much weight, if you know what I'm saying, Michael Cole. Ow. Michael Cole's like, I don't get what you're saying. And Dude Love's like, I would expect somebody like you not to understand what Dude Love is trying to say, Michael Cole. Because Dude Love sees the only thing that you know how to do is play pocket pool and that 5-knuckle shuffle. Ow! Dude Love has one thing and one thing to say. Vader, I'm not gonna hold back. And I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get that 1, 2, 3 and be out. So I'm gonna ask you one thing. Oh Lord, have mercy. And he walks away, and Michael Cole's like, what the heck? Pocket pool? Five-knuckle shot? What the heck is he talking about? And he walks off, and we go to that matchup between Dude Love and Big Van Vader. And Dude Love picks up the big win with a double arm DDT. The match got a 90, by the way, not bad. Dude Love with a 95, and Vader with a 86. Not bad, Vader. I'm Not Crazy storyline advances, and Dude Love benefited from having amazing form. We are going to move on to our next segment. Dude Love picks up a big win against Vader here tonight, moving up in the ranking. We then cut backstage as we see Triple H standing in Vince McMahon's office. And Triple H goes, they're talking about what happened on Sunday, how Kevin Nash and Scott Hall beat Triple H and Shawn Michaels to guarantee Sting a championship opportunity at any given time. Triple H is asking, hey, when have you got the contract for Sting's championship match? Vince McMahon is basically saying, no. Sting hasn't gave us a date. Sting haven't gave us a time on when he wants his championship match. We just know that he can get his match in the future at a future pay-per-view event, or Monday Night Raw, or SmackDown. Sting can just, whenever he wants it. I have sent the contract to his lawyers, and all the lawyers have to do is sign it and put a date on it, and the match is set in stone. And Triple H is just like, look, I don't like playing these head games. I don't like waiting around. When Vince is kind of like, well, I know you're not the one who took the pinfall, but it's your fault in losing the matchup. None of this would ever happen. We wouldn't have these invaders breathing down our neck if it wasn't for you and Shawn losing that match. Triple H is, he's kind of getting hot, and he's like, I tell you what, Vince. Tell you what. Why don't you get a hold of their lawyers, and I'll get a hold of mine, because I'm tired of relying on people. I don't care how many they are. I want to take them out. I want to get my hands on them. So you got to do whatever you have to do to get them here, and pay them whatever the hell you're going to pay them. Hell, pay them my salary. I don't even give a shit. I want Nash, I want Hall, and I want Sting. And Vince McMahon's like, well, I can see what I can do, and I can see what I can do and try to get a hold of the Warriors, but in the meantime, you need to be worried about. And all of a sudden, Pat Patterson just, Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson runs in Vince McMahon's office, and they're just like, Vince, come quick, Shane, Vince, come quick, come quick. And they run out into the hallway. As you see, referee Jim, I don't know how to say his last name at all, standing there, and Tim White standing next to the Big Show, and Big Show is laid out on the ground, out cold. Big Show is laid out on the ground, and they're all standing there. Vince is like, what happened? What happened to him? What happened to him? And you know, Sergeant Slaughter's like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. We just found him here. He was headed out to the ring to his match, and he's just laid out here. He's just out cold. Like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what happened. All this stuff. And Vince is like, get a damn paramedic. What are y'all doing? You know, and Big Show is laid out. This advances to Kurt Angle, Kurt's return storyline. This segment got a 100. Vince McMahon looked good. Vince McMahon did good, but out of script. Announcing color commentary gave the match a boost. Big Show is laid out, out cold. He you know, he's pretty much, there's a pipe on the ground, so it looked like somebody may have attacked him with a pipe. We really don't know. We are going to have to find out. Hopefully they do an investigation and find out what happens to the Big Show, or maybe once he goes to the local medical facility, they can, maybe he can come back and he maybe saw who attacked him. But as for now, we got to keep going on with the show. And that match between Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio, we're up next. God damn, a 98, boy. And about that had sensational wrestling, fantastic heat. Kurt Angle beats Rey Mysterio Jr. in 12:48 by submission with an angle lock. Kurt Angle picks up the win against Rey Mysterio. This, I have to write this down. This, these two are gonna give me bangers every single freaking time. And I love it. I love it. I gotta write that down, which I already have it written down in my notes. But man, these two guys are gonna deliver in a match. They got a 99. They are the first 100 in the game also, but they got a 99. Kurt Angle picks up the win. Kurt Angle with a 100 and Rey Mysterio with a 98. Both these men should not be getting these ratings. I will openly say that. Mainly Rey Mysterio. I think he normally gets around like mid-70s. So yeah, this matchup every single time these two guys go against each other, it is phenomenal. They have great chemistry, and it showed in their performance. Kurt Angle benefited from having crowd support. Kurt Angle wins, and he celebrates like he just won the freaking Super Bowl. Like he just won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. You know, he's crying, he's celebrating. Kurt Angle is now the new #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, which is our main event, which will be determined in our main event. Will it be our current champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin, or will it be the challenger, The Rock? These two men absolutely cannot stand each other at this point. The Rock, Vince McMahon's golden boy, Vince McMahon's chosen one. Vince McMahon said it himself that The Rock is destined to be the next big star of this company. He's going to be the next Hulk Hogan. He's going to be the top guy bringing the company into the future. Even though the fans love Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin is probably the most popular wrestler in this company. Probably one of the most popular wrestlers in the world today. Vince McMahon cannot stand him. He can't stand what Steve Austin represents and what he stands for. Steve Austin represents the working man, the working class man who likes to, after a hard day's work, he comes home, drinks his beer, makes sweet love to his wife, as he goes home in his double-wide trailer after driving his big old jacked-up truck, and he drinks his Coors Light, and he makes sweet love to his wife as he goes back and works another 12-hour shift the next morning. Steve Austin represents the working class man, the man who wants to just look at his boss and tell him to shove it up his ass, to suck his big old giant nutsack. Steve Austin is that man. Steve Austin drinks beer, he flips people off, he cusses, he does what he wants when he wants it, and he doesn't give a damn what anybody has to say about it. That is not the person. That is not the person you want as your top guy of your company. You don't want him around your family-friendly product. I get where Vince McMahon is coming from. As a big Stone Cold Steve Austin fan myself, I get where Vince McMahon's coming from. He wants a family-friendly product. The Rock is that guy. The Rock is that face. Look at that handsome face. The Rock's a handsome fella. And Steve Austin is that guy, going out there, doing what he wants, flipping the bird, cussing, doing what he wants to. That is not a role model for children. You know, Vince is looking for that next Macho Man Randy Savage, that next Hulk Hogan, that next Andre the Giant. You know, somebody that the kids can look up to, get behind, and cheer, and root on, and everything like that. And Stone Cold is just not that guy. If Stone Cold's that guy, then there goes our PG rating, there goes our sponsors, there goes everything. That's what Vince McMahon believes, and he doesn't want Steve Austin as the Intercontinental Champion. These two get in the ring, and they have a great matchup that got a 91. Both men with a 100. Both men with a 100. I wouldn't expect anything less out of these two. In an unbelievable match, The Rock defeats Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock once again wins the Intercontinental Championship by pinfall with a rock bottom after Vince McMahon comes out and distracts Stone Cold Steve Austin. But we also see the Big Boss Man run in and attack Steve Austin. The Rock is once again the Intercontinental Champion. Vince McMahon did whatever he had to do to screw Steve Austin out of that championship title, and it seems that now the Big Boss Man has aligned himself with Vince McMahon. As we know, a lot of people has aligned themselves with Vince McMahon in the past. A lot of people aligned themselves with Vince McMahon in the past. What promises did he give to Big Boss Man for helping The Rock? We are going to have to see. But we have a new Intercontinental Champion, and we have a new #1 contender, with The Rock being the Intercontinental Champion and Kurt Angle being the new #1 contender. Confetti falls out of the ceiling, and The Rock celebrates like if he just won the heavyweight championship, the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. The Rock celebrates. Vince McMahon is hugging him. Vince McMahon is crying, you know, and everything like that, as Big Boss Man handcuffs Steve Austin's hands behind his back and rolls him out of the ring as security takes out a semi-conscious Steve Austin and escorts him to the back. As we finish the show got a 96. That is pay-per-view level matchup. Once again, Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio steal the show. It increases our popularity in 41 regions. We're going to go ahead and finish the show. Old Frankie Reyes is a retired American wrestler who primarily works as a referee. Oh. But boy, what an end to SmackDown. Guys, thank y'all for watching. I apologize that it is taking, that it took a little bit longer to record this episode, and probably maybe even longer to edit this video. I apologize. I have been playing the hell out of Baldur's Gate, and after the passing of not only Terry Funk, But Bray Wyatt really hurt. Really, 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 really hurt a lot. I'm pretty sure I hinted at in videos in the past of where I'm born and raised. I grew up in the good old swamps of the great state of Louisiana. And, you know, Bray Wyatt, when Bray Wyatt first came on the scene, and he was the slick talking, preacher style, promo talking, southerner man from the swamps, you know, like, I've seen people like that in real life. Very charismatic, preacher type, cult leader type personas from where I grew up, and I instantly fell in love with the gimmick of Bray Wyatt, and he instantly became one of my favorites of all time. I can honestly say that from the bottom of my heart. He's the Wyatt family gimmick is probably the coolest, one of the coolest gimmicks I've ever seen in the very long years of me watching professional wrestling. Growing up in the 90s, watching wrestlings all throughout the 2000s, the Wyatt family is probably one of my favorite gimmicks. It's definitely in my top 3 of favorite gimmicks of all time. I love it to death, and it broke me when he got fired. I was happier than a schoolgirl going to a Backstreet Boys concert, so that should tell you how old I am now. I was happier than a schoolgirl getting tickets to go see the Backstreet Boys when he was coming back, and all the little hints and the White Rabbit stuff, and Jefferson Airplanes, you know, Feed Your Head little thing playing in the arenas, and all that stuff, and the hidden little logos. Like, I'd live for stuff like that. I love stuff like that, and it was cool. It's original, very creative mind, and it's sad that we lost him at 36 years old, which I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but that is a very big eye-opener for me. And it made me be more thankful for the time that I'm here, and the time that I have left in the world. Bray was very young. He is older than me, not by much, but he is older than me, and it made me open my eyes that anything can happen. You know, anything can happen, and take you away out of this world. So for those of y'all who have children like I do, and a wife and a family, make sure you love them. Make sure you give them love. Make sure you show them love, because you never know what tomorrow might bring. You know, you might be here one day and you might just be gone the next. So love them. Give them love. Let them know that you love them. If you know anybody who is also dealing with mental illness, reach out to them. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you're here for them. You know, I know that kind of took a hard right turn, but you know, let them know. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you care about them. Let them know that you're here for them, that they're not alone, that there's people out there that love them and want them to be here and everything. Let them know. Tell them how much you care and love them. You know, nobody knows what anybody's going through, and I try not to judge people, because I don't know what somebody's going through that day, you know, or they're having a bad day, or whatever, or any of that. And you know, be nice to one another in this world, and give people love and respect. You know, a little bit of understanding can go a long way with somebody. A little bit of respect can go a long way with somebody. You know, just because somebody doesn't worship the same God as you, or y'all have different religions. Some people may not even have a religion, you know, or the color of their skin, or the country that they're from, or whatever, you know, whatever makes them different. Their sexuality, you know, anything. That is no reason to hate somebody or to judge somebody over that, you know. Just because I don't know, just because I like to eat fried chicken and my best friend hates fried chicken, that's no reason for me to hate the guy, you know, or to judge him because he doesn't like fried chicken. You know, it's kind of dumb, kind of stupid, and that's the same way about judging somebody on that, man. Treat people with respect. You have no clue what people are going through and everything like that. So give love out there to every single body. And I try to preach love and respect for everybody out there and everything like that. But enough of me ranting. Enough of me ranting and enough of me reminiscing and going on and on and on about life and everything like that. To wrap it up, I'm gonna miss Bray Wyatt. I'm gonna miss seeing him perform. I'm gonna miss being there live and watching him walk out to a dark arena and everybody has their cell phones out. It's one of the coolest things you're ever gonna see in your life, and I'm gonna miss seeing that. And his creative and wacky mind, I'm gonna miss Bray Wyatt a lot as a fan. It really hurts a lot that he's gone and everything. I hate to end this episode on a bad note. So if y'all like this episode, guys, and y'all are new to the channel, hit that subscribe icon. You know, it's not gonna hurt. Leave a like. You know, it helps out the channel a lot. Leaving a like, leaving a comment down below. Let me know if you like it or you hate it. You know, just let me know how I'm doing and everything like that. I enjoy y'all's feedback and the booking decisions I make and stuff like that. You know, I read all the comments and I reply back to every single one of them. I love you guys. For those of y'all who do like the videos and comment down below, or everybody who watches it, you know, I thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are the main inspiration of why I keep going and keep putting these videos out and keep moving forward into this. And I love y'all, and I highly appreciate every single one of y'all. If you're new to the channel, the subscribe icon will be over the SmackDown logo. If you like this episode, want to go back and watch previous episodes, that playlist will be in last night results. And we're going to do the pay-per-view of the No Mercy pay-per-view, and that video will be right about here on the right hand side. My name is Dylan the Villain, guys, and like we always say here at Pro Am Gaming, if you can't play with each other, do what I'm doing right now and play with yourself. See y'all on the next one, guys.